I saw that JoCat got bullied out of content creation by an online mob, which was really, really sad. I saw that he has been dealing with death threats, with doxing attempts, with constant intimidation. Like they've sent suspicious packages to his house, all because he posted a really cute little video, like a music parody of Lizzo's song "Boys." His song, he posted this song like a year ago or 2 years ago called Girls. It was like, I like girls, right? And it was a really cutesy little, like, harmless song. And for no reason, this has somehow, like, it's summoned people to go attack him and harass him, and to the point where he is actually, he's leaving content creation. And honestly, I'm devastated to find this out. I'm not surprised because, I mean, I am surprised that he has gotten any kind of hate for the video that was so harmless. But I'm not surprised by the damage that online hate campaigns can have. Because people just don't realize that, like, we're real people here behind the camera and on the camera, and like, most people are nowhere near as bad as you probably made them out to be in your mind. And if you had a chance to sit down and talk to them for just a few minutes, you would see that. But unfortunately, the internet has this anonymity built in, which makes people seem like they're faceless, and that they're just so different from you that there's no way you could ever talk to them or relate to them. And it's just complete lies. It's actually really, really scary, and that's one of the reasons why, for me, I saw this happen to JoCat, and I made this post. I was like, I just want to extend a very hearty fuck you to anybody that thought it was okay to bully JoCat. And I really do feel that in my heart. And then, almost like without skipping a beat, right? I getting messages from people that are like, oh my god. It's all over Reddit right now, Zepla, that apparently we're following Alex Jones on Twitter. And I looked at the thread, and there's people in there that are like, Zepla, who fled Ukraine, could she secretly be supporting Russian propaganda? Could... And I'm like... You think... I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh, dude. Okay, so you think that I, a person who... I literally lost everything I have. I had to leave my house, and my life was totally destroyed because of Russia. Do you think that I secretly like Russia and Russian propaganda and people that promote Russia? Do you think that's... Does that make any fucking sense? No! But it's true, I was actually following Alex Jones, and apparently some people had pulled it up. The reason that I was following Alex Jones, and this was really embarrassing for me to admit, was because I used to be very, very into Alex Jones when I was a teen. Okay. This was like a very long time ago, and I used to be mostly into reptilians and the Illuminati conspiracy theories that I'd read about on YouTube. And like, Alex Jones went to Bohemian Grove, and 15-year-old me thought that he was like disrupting the elite. And this, look, it's cringe, okay? I know that. Like, I was a very tinfoil hat person. Like, he had David Icke on his show back then. He had Jordan Maxwell on his show, and these were people that I listened to and believed when I was a gullible teenager. Also, at the time, Alex Jones used to be very, very anti the Bush administration and anti the Iraq War, and that was a very different time. It was, like I said, I'm old as fuck, and those were things that made me want to listen to him when I was a teenager, because I grew up in rural Louisiana where everybody is ultra conservative, and I wanted to rebel against all that stuff because I don't agree with that shit at all that I was constantly hearing from everyone around me. And so I think that I tried to find, like, what was the most far away, like, at the time, because that's really what Alex was back in the day. Like, he was, like, ultra against the establishment. And I didn't really know better, okay? That's the facts. I believe in it. Like, I even admitted on Twitter, I'm like, oh, it's true that I actually bought shampoo from Alex Jones's InfoWars shop when I was in high school, because he said that it didn't have government chemicals in it. Like, that's literally what a dumbass I was. And people are like, wow, you couldn't waterboard this information out of me, Zepla. I can't believe you just admitted all this shit. And the fact is, I actually don't feel bad admitting any of that at all, because I know I'm not that person anymore. And like, I personally, I look back on my journey as a human being, and I see how my opinions have changed and how much I've grown over time, and I'm proud of that journey. Like, am I proud of everything I did along? No, obviously. But I'm like, I think it's great that I can be an example to others of how much, like, you can actually change for the better, and how you can, like, get over some ideas that are not helpful to you. And so I'm not ashamed of, I mean, maybe I should be more ashamed than I am to admit these things. But I guess I don't see that as the same person that I am today. So it was okay. But that's just not how Twitter is. Right? I think that I was still following him on... I think I just maybe never unfollowed. I swear to you, this is just not something I think about that much. Or I might have been watching for... Like, sometimes he has these clips that go viral because he's being such an unrepentant douchebag, where he's like ranting and screaming about the most insane shit, and I usually watch that because it's hilarious. Okay, it's funny to see him, like, lose his mind because he's clearly deranged. Okay, it doesn't mean I agree with him. I can't believe I have to explain this, but I do. And I don't know, dude. So I did have to explain all this, and I did unfollow him because I don't want there to be any confusion. I don't want anybody to think, like, it's not like I'm seeing his shit in my feed. I haven't thought about every single person I've followed like other people seem to do. And I have to admit, like, I'm a little bit freaked out because I'm thinking, well, fuck, like, who else could I be following on accident, or like from a time in my life when I was more, like, less based? Like, who else could be in there? I don't know. I guess we're gonna fucking find out. And I have to explain that too. Like, it's just... It's really scary, honestly, that in the same breath as people saying, oh my god, are you saying that JoCat was bullied off the internet because of an online mob who, like, doesn't care about who he really is as a person, and they just went after him because they saw him as a target? Oh, what's this about Zepla? Are you saying that, oh, does she actually love Alex Jones? She hates Ukraine? Okay. Oh, and she's a transphobe as well? Okay, thank you for that information that I will now, like, I will now completely accept without question. Okay, yeah, let's go bully her next. Bro, like, I don't want to laugh because it's just not good. It's not good. But, does this whole thing about the trans... There are people who call me a transphobe literally every opportunity they get because I played Hogwarts Legacy 1 year ago. And to be fair, like, the way that I played Hogwarts Legacy was very aggressive and militant towards the people that were doing the bullying campaigns against streamers at the time. And I've apologized for that a lot. But at no point have I ever said or implied anything remotely transphobic, because I'm not transphobic. Like, I see trans women are women. I welcome trans women into any women's spaces that I would find myself in as a woman without question. Like this, it's not my business what someone's gender is at all. Like I do not. I can't believe I have to say this, but I just. To me, playing Hogwarts Legacy was about the fact that I don't see online bullying and online harassment and hate campaigns. I don't think that that is an acceptable form of activism. And at the time, there was this big, very like angry mob that was going after any streamer that would play the game. I saw this going on, and it made me very, very angry. And I felt like it was dangerous to our communities. I felt like it was dangerous to trans people in our gaming communities as well. And so I made a deliberate choice to play it, even though I had originally not wanted to play it, because I, like other people who don't like transphobes, did not want to give J.K. Rowling money. But I felt like, you know, it's like playing a game doesn't define you. Playing a game, if someone plays a game, that does not make them a bigot, okay? Even if J.K. Rowling, she got like pennies from this game, but there was I do think there was a lot of other people that were involved, the creation of the game, that were
corporation
very positive towards trans people, and like the game was very pro-trans, was an awesome trans character in the game, and so I felt like it was not okay for what that at the time there was this mob going after all these streamers and literally calling them Nazis and bigots for playing the game. And I just thought this was not okay at all. I'm not really proud of the way that I acted at the time. I'm not. Like, I think about it a lot, and I think that because of just how much I kind of had a meltdown over the whole thing because I was just so fucking mad, that I look back on it, and I think that might be one of the main reasons why this year I put a lot of work into myself, and I've really been trying to become a better and a more calm person, and a less reactive person, and more centered. I really have spent like this entire year trying to be nicer, be kinder, and I haven't gotten it right all the time, but I really, really want to make an effort. And I think that I've made a lot of progress, actually, because it's kind of funny, like, with all these people that came out of the woodwork to just spread lies about me. Like, it hurts when people say that I'm a transphobe, because I'm not. I've never said anything transphobic in my life. Like, because those are not views that I hold. At all. At all. Like, I do not understand someone that, like, thinks it's their business what someone else's gender is. I do not understand what is going through that person's head, like, at all. At all. Like, the people that, like, dead name someone or insist on using someone's pronouns that they think that person should have, even when they know they shouldn't, like, that's disgusting to me. And so, for people to just, like, casually repeat every time something comes up, oh, well, you know, Zepla, they even said, oh, she's this vocal transphobe. Every time my name came up on Reddit, people are always like, transphobe. It's like, Jesus Christ, why are you saying this? It's because I played a game. But that was, I think this is really, really harmful, obviously.
Yes!
That's the reason that I played it. The reason that I played it was because I wanted to make it very clear that playing a game does not make you a bigot. It doesn't define your values. Like, what you buy doesn't define who you are, because this is a road that I just don't want us to go down in the gaming community. There's a lot of games that could be coming out, and we could be finding out that somebody who was involved, you know, oh, they were an asshole, so now does this mean that we all agree with everything that everyone who's ever made a game says or does? Like, this is insane. Like, this can get out of hand, and I think it's dangerous. So I made a choice at the time to deliberately oppose it. The key to misinformation is to repeat it often enough so people believe it. That's the thing that really scares me the most. That's the thing that really scares me the most. is that there's people who don't even know who I am, who like they're finding out about me from people on Reddit who are like, oh, Zepla, oh yeah, she's that transphobe. And I feel like I don't have any control over this shit, dude. It's scary. In the past day, I've had all these haters coming at me and stuff and just spreading lies. And I think another version of me in another time would have gotten really bent out of shape about it and like really up in arms and really upset and been like shouting and yelling and like just angry because I think my natural tendency is to fight, is to just start fighting, which is not good. But actually, in the past day, like I had a meditation yesterday. Like obviously I was pretty distressed when it all came up, and then I meditated. And I had this really strange revelation where I felt like maybe I don't need to fight. Like, maybe everything is just fine as it is. Because like, the people that really hate me, like, I'm never gonna convince them otherwise. With the way social media is now, and the way everybody wants you to get upset about something, and everybody wants you to hate somebody or whatever, like, I feel like the most subversive thing that you can be is calm. With the way the internet works today.